Hi, I'm going to do an application video. So today I'm going to apply the new gorgeous limited edition holographic wraps. Here we go, they're upside down. We've got Trance Queen. Ooh, it's good, huh? And No Filter. So, they'll look better when you see them on. I've taken my wraps off using the makeup brush method, and now I've got everything we need. I've got a buffer, a cuticle pusher. This is brand new, I've just got this arrived today for myself, but you can use one of these as well. You need your alcohol wipe to remove all your natural oils, or you can use the Jamboree Nail Prep alcohol solution, which I have to admit I love because one bottle lasts like a year, so it works out really good value. So that's for prep, and then we need an orange stick, a nail file, nail scissors, and your wraps. I think that's it. So I have done a bit of cuticle pushing and stuff before we started, because otherwise we'd just be here all day. But we just push cuticles back, push, remove any cuticle, because cuticle actually lies all the way over your nail. So you want to remove any of that, but I've done that. So you do that to all your nails, both hands. A wee buff just to remove any ridges. So as I say, I've already done this. I'm just doing this quickly to make sure you don't miss any steps. So your cuticles are pushed back, your nails are ridge-free with a good buffing, and then you go and wash your hands in soap and water. Good soap for this is more like a washing detergent, more like a fairy liquid or something, because there's no moisture in that. So my nails look newly buffed, but I've just pumped my prep solution on. So I'm wiping that on my nails. This is just really good because we have a lot of natural oils in our nails and hands, and this just removes it, and that allows the adhesive in the wrap to really stick. So that's that all done. I also like to put it on my hands, because if your hands are all oily and you do handle the wraps a little bit, then it can transfer. So that's it. So that's them all ready for action. Ready. So going to get my wraps. My mini heater, so I should have mentioned, you can use your hairdryer, or I've got my Jamboree mini heater and it's on, so you might hear a very slight noise from that, but it doesn't make much noise really. So, how do I want to go? I've not really given this as much thought as I probably should have. Okay, so I know the very smallest wrap is too small for me, so my pinky's the next size up. So as you know, one sheet, which is what I'm holding here, does 2 manicures and 2 pedicures, so it's pretty great. So I've just peeled half of that wrap back, and I'm going to cut it off. Now I'm going to try and touch it as little as possible, so I'm going to get it straight onto my orange stick, and I am doing the cold application method, which means I'm applying the wrap first and then heating it. So this is when you've got to just find its position. This will come with practice. I have done this several times, so for me it's quite easy. So I've placed it on, I'm going to have a look at it. I'm quite happy with its position, so I'm just going to lightly press it down at this stage because I've not heated it yet. So just a wee delicate press. So now I'm going to hold it to the heat for 3 to 5 seconds. So 2, 3, fab. And then I'm going to press down nice and hard. So you press from middle up, and then from middle out to sides as well. So you can see it is on, nice and secure. So we want that to cool down. Some people move on to the next nail to make sure that's cooled down before we file, but I'm quite happy that it's cool enough with a wee blip. So I'm going to holding it out in front. Let's see, best way to do this. Now, you don't want to file straight down, because you want to remove the very tip of wrap from all the way around your nail. So we're going for like a 45-degree angle, and we're filing down. The reason for doing this is if you remove this wrap all the way around the tip, it can't catch, and it's not obvious. You don't think, oh gosh, there's wrap missing from the tip of that lady's nail, but it makes all the difference to your wraps lasting for a long time. So we're flying down at that 45-degree angle. I think I might need to replace this nail file. It's feeling a bit blunt. These Jamboree nail files are great. They come in the basic bundle, and they're just really sharp. So they really, really get that excess off. So I'm going to heat it again, but I've been using that one for probably 6 months, so I think I owe it nothing. So, heat it again, really nice and hot, press again, all the way down. There we go, one on. So, if it's a wee bit rough around the edges, which it might be when you're first getting used to it, you can use your buffer to just go down again at that 45-degree angle. And that is not going anywhere. So, next finger, I'm going to use the full holographic wrap. So I know that it's a third size up for my ring finger. So we're touching it as little as possible. I'm going to pull it halfway down. Sorry, ignore my scab. That's from when Emily and I fell. It's not the prettiest of scabs, but it's almost healed. So cut it off. Onto my orange stick. Now, when you're choosing your wrap size, you always want to choose a wrap that's smaller than your nail. And the reason for that is, if it's coming up onto your skin or onto your cuticle at the bottom, it's not going to stick, it's going to lift. So it's really important to select one the correct size. So, I've placed that on. I'm going to show you once it's on how it is the right size. I've been doing this a long time, so obviously I'm quite good at getting it the right size without it looking too small or anything. So you might think, oh, but that's not smaller than your nail. But when you see closely, you'll see it is. So press down. I'm going to heat for 3 to 5 seconds. Just my little mini heater here. Great. And then I'm going to really press down again, middle up, and then to the top. And you can also use your wee cuticle pusher that also comes in the basic bundle. I've mentioned the basic bundle a couple of times, so I explain. The basic bundle is an offer that Jamboree have on, where you choose any 4 sheets of wraps, and standard £15 wraps is like between 300 and 400 to choose from, which is £45 because they're £15 a sheet, and they're on a 4 for 3. And then you get the Jamboree mini heater and the application kit, which has all the accessories that I'm using, for £58.50. And the full value of that, if you bought it all individually, would be £91. It's a pretty good deal. So that's when I say in the basic bundle, you're getting... I've lost my train of thought, I'm sorry. The cuticle pusher. So, it's cooled down now. So I'm going to file down on that 45-degree angle to file off the excess wrap. I've just swapped nail files. This one isn't brand new either, but it's got a lot of life left in it. Cool. So, ooh, now you see there's a slither of nail around the outside, and that's what you want. And I look like I'm touching at the bottom here, because I've been doing this a long time, but you want to, ideally when you're starting out, leave a tiny gap there, and when you get more comfortable you can push it right up. So, that's it done. When I say push it right up, I mean you can, you know, line it as close to the cuticle as possible, but if you looked really closely there is a wee gap there. So I'm going to reheat that. If you get any bubbles as you're applying your wraps, when you heat them you can really just push those bubbles out. So, 2 nails done. I'm not going to do any more because we'll be here all day, but it's just as simple as that. So the main things to remember that are super important is to prepare your nails. So you want to use the alcohol to remove any natural oils. If you can push your cuticles back and buff, that will always increase the length of time your jams are going to last as well, because you're applying them onto a really nice, smooth, cuticle-free, ridge-free surface, and the alcohol will really let the adhesive stick. You want to make sure you choose a wrap that's slightly smaller than your nail. Don't let it touch your skin anywhere around. Really use a lot of pressure when you're pressing down, and you want to file at that 45-degree angle, not coming straight down, because you want to remove the wrap from the very tip. But it's not noticeable. You wouldn't think, oh gosh, there's no wrap at the tip, but when you turn it, you can just see that the wrap doesn't come to the absolute end of the nail. Okay, any questions, please ask. I hope I've covered everything. Every time I do one of these videos, I come off afterwards going, oh, I wish I'd said that. So fingers crossed. Okay, ask away if you have any questions. Bye.